welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan, and we
Take two.
take two. But we haven't been on the air for a couple weeks because our producer took a nice trip out to Las Vegas to
Go meet Elvis.
Elvis, and he said he found a lot of them out there. So
Yeah.
Elvis is alive and kicking out in Las Vegas anyway.
Probably found a few of those showgirls too.
Well, that's possible. I would assume there would be people out there. But he also said he ran into storms out there,
A lot of
flooding.
rain, yeah.
And it kind of got a little bit scary, I guess, for him when he was in the cab.
What's really scary now, when you listen to the news, is the Colorado River has dropped so much that they're not sure if they're going to have enough water to take care of, 5 states I think it takes care of?
Lake Mead is almost empty.
And they got, Lake Mead is almost empty, and now they got dead bodies showing up. in cars
Everything's
and-
surfacing up
Yeah.
out there, so there'll probably be some court cases coming up here as soon as they figure out how these people died, I suppose.
Yeah.
But we were talking. You know, obviously I have a pencil in my ear, and you brought it up on our first take. But I was wondering, do I look more sophisticated with the pencil in my ear, or should I take it out?
No, it looks good there. Adds to your ambiance.
All right. Well, what we talked about was that
Wait a minute. They don't know what we talked about because
No, they don't. But what we did talk about, we were talking about. I had the pencil in my ear because I had to run out to Cherry today to take some pictures of the football team.
And let's hope they're up close and personal.
Yeah, well, so that I've been running around all over shooting pictures of all the sports teams in the area for the journal we put out. So.
In our first take, we did mention they had over 30
They have about 25 or 30 kids on the Cherry team this year, so
nine-man football.
yeah, so they should be fine again.
How's that new facility they have? They got the new baseball, they redid
Oh,
the
yeah,
football
no.
field.
Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, it's unfortunate, and I've talked to them about not putting the turf in there, but no, the football field's nice looking, and the baseball field's in good shape,
Good.
and all that. But yeah, so it's nice, and I mentioned I'm going to be shooting pictures Monday of the Hibbing football team. Then, like, what did you say? They have how many?
A little over 50 right now.
Okay,
So
9 through 12.
9 through 12. And hopefully they got a few coming. Every day they got a few that come out and play or want to play. So hopefully they can get some numbers up and take advantage of that new field that we have coming out there.
Well, if you haven't been out there, my advice to you is to go, because to watch those guys work is a fantastic. I mean, they've got last week all they had was one piece of turf laid out on the field, and they were sewing them together. And then I went back beginning of this week, and they already had the field. They must have worked Saturday or Sunday.
Yes, they work Saturday.
So, but they had the end zones in on both sides, and then this week I went out there. They were sewing in the hash marks, and they had cut out the numbers, 10 to obviously 50 on both sides of the field. And I think they might be all. I haven't been out there today, but I'm assuming that they might be all covered up with the numbers. And must be almost
All the numbers are in, and it's kind of amazing to watch. You think that they used to paint those on, but now they sew them right into the turf, and then they got to put that layer of, I think it's little rubber pellets, and it's not old tires anymore. It's a synthetic or synthesized piece of, I don't know what the word is.
Easy for you to say.
Synthetic.
It's
Synthetic.
non-cancer causing rubber. How's that?
All right.
They're going to be filling the field with that, and it should be ready to go once, and then they'll get going on the track. And
Yeah, I kind of asked that to the superintendent yesterday when the track they were gonna start on it. Do you have any?
I don't have any idea right now. I know that the sooner the better if they can, and they want to try to plan it so that they can get a couple of football games on there this year, because once they put the track down, you can't step on it for 25 days.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I had heard, is that it was 20 to 25 days.
Yeah.
They can't walk on it and get it done. So yeah, let's hope that by maybe October or the end of September, whenever they have another home game, because the first game is at home.
right.
And
But
that
that'll
one
be-
will not be. I'll be in Mountain Iron, and I'm not sure when the second home game is, but I think they're on the road a couple weeks in a row.
Right. Yeah, it should be great. Like you said, it's not just the field itself, but the infrastructure that they took care of as far as the sewer and the drainage and the new concrete, and they're under budget. So some of that money now will go towards revamping the bathrooms and redoing the Doc Owens press box
Yeah,
upstairs. So,
and I know they want to call it what? I was told yesterday, Doc Owens Stadium,
correct.
and they want that
At
sewn
Cheever,
into the to the turf, or is that on the track?
I think it's going to go in one of the end zones.
Okay.
In the,
Oh, it's not going to. I thought it was going to be on the sideline.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think it's going to be on the sideline, and
Okay.
it's obviously going to say Cheever Field on one side and Doc Owens Stadium on the other
Right.
one. So, I mean, that's. I guess you can't. Yeah, I can't honor two better people than.
Right.
I mean, obviously Wilbur Cheever was the namesake for the field for all these years.
You ever read the story about him?
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen it, and
Yeah.
I did a story with one of his relatives when they either right when they were tearing the field down or when they opened it up again. I know I talked to one of his relatives. He lived on 25th Street there.
How nice do you think that Phil would have looked if it would have left it where it originally wasn't put turf?
Oh, you know, there was no. We've talked about this, or I've talked about this with other people about having it stay at the high school. But I get progress. I mean, I have no problem with the progress that was made. But that would have been. There was no better place in town than that on a Friday night.
Well, that was the draw, that a lot of that, because of where that was located, people could walk there. I mean, their whole community used to walk there. From my understanding, it was before I moved here, but that was the place to be on a Friday night. You know, whether you win the game or lose the game, everybody met their neighbors at the football game. So,
Yes, you were there, and it was, you know, and it's way too far back for me to really remember. But I know, I mean, I was a manager of the football team in '78 or '77, graduated in '78. But yeah, no, it was a. It
trying
was
to
a
think what
fun
year
time.
they moved it.
Well, they started tearing it down like in 1988,
Okay.
87, because I know that team. Gary Vitale was coaching the team, and they had to play their games over in Chisholm.
Okay.
So yeah, it was somewhere around there. Then I think it reopened somewhere in the early '90s. So no,
What's really nice is you can look across the field and see the other team.
yeah. You don't have that big hump in
There's
there.
not a big hump there.
But everything, you know, and they took those mounds out over
Yep.
on the other side.
Yep.
It looks so much longer,
Bigger. Yeah.
and you are kind of. If you're in the stands, it's going to seem like the players are farther away from
Yep.
you. But that's just how it is. I
Yep.
mean, because I was talking with Mike Hooka about that when we were sitting up there watching them work, and you are a little bit farther away from the field.
Well, I think what they did is because it's also designed for soccer, which is a bigger field, they moved, the actual field, I think, was moved to the east a few feet. So again, you're further from the grandstands than what you used to be, but
Yeah, that's no big deal. I mean, it makes the viewing that better probably.
and hopefully, like I said, they're gonna fix up the press box for you guys, so.
Well, just so I get a place to sit in there. I mean, right now I never have a place to sit. to
You
be
got
honest
seniority,
with you.
you and Ron.
Well, maybe if he wants to do some games with some play-by-play,
That would be great.
I don't know about that, but I'd do it. I'm looking forward to it.
So good luck to Coach Howard and his crew, and let's hope they get enough kids to get out and play and they can be competitive. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously all the sports started on Monday, and volleyball has a jamboree on Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock at the high school. I don't know what's wrong with the Lincoln Gym, but it must not be ready yet, or I
I
don't
think the
know.
floor must not be ready yet.
Okay.
I know they've had some problems with the pool too.
Oh, yeah, though the pool, they're swimming. The swimmers are in the pool. They got in Tuesday, so hopefully they got things cleared up there.
Yeah, they filled it and it was full of mud.
Oh, was it mud or was it something else?
Something else that, well, I think the water line outside had broke or cracked, and it was some sediment that had gotten into the pool, so they had to drain it and clean it and fill it again, so.
Well, yeah, they're in there. They start, I want to say Saturday, I think. They might have a Lake Superior conference meet down in Duluth.
Okay.
I'll have to find that out today sometime. Soccer's have started. They're in the midst of their tryouts for their teams, and tennis, they start they have 2 scrimmages tomorrow in, I believe, Brainerd, or they're scrimmaging Brainerd and Elk River, but I'm not sure where.
Okay.
And then Saturday they go down to Coon Rapids and they have 3 dual meets. So they're starting out. But last year that was kind of it was a mess for them last year because he's going to change up his playing rotations because a lot of those girls came back hurt. You play 5 matches in 2 days.
Okay.
You're just not ready for that.
Yeah.
So he's got to do something different this year so he doesn't come back Monday when they open at home and have girls hurt or heat exhaustion or whatever. I mean, so.
Well, it's really nice as everything is starting. There's, we've gotten through the COVID syndrome, and it's nice that fall starts, but I've always believed, and I think we've mentioned on our show in the past that, I have a special spot in my heart for the football, but the football, I think, kind of sets the tone for the school and when school opens, how things are going to be, and then the rest of the sports that come along with it. So let's hope they all have a good year.
Yeah, and it's like you say, it's starting on time. There's no limitations.
Right.
There's nothing. So hopefully this is the first year of really getting back to normal.
Right. If there is such a thing.
Yeah,
anymore.
well, yeah. Nothing's normal. We're not normal.
We're not normal. Look at us 2 eggheads.
But I also have to shout out to HPAT because I did see a school board or the city council meeting the other night, and if you haven't seen their new HD on their channels, it's really spectacular. So take a look at it's a 802, 805, and 807.
Right.
And there's some other channels. I mean, it's on Roku and Apple TV and all that stuff too. But
So hopefully we didn't scare anybody now that we're HD.
well, very possible that could happen. I see. Well, I was going to say, I see your son's helping with the
Son was
football team, Michael.
Yeah, was hired to be an assistant coach, so he's looking forward to that. So first thing he told him in the interview, I'm not as loud as my dad.
No, he isn't. That's a fact. And I said, well, what are you going to do? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, are you going to sit on the end of the bench, guard the water, and tackle anyone that comes near it? He's kind of laughed a little bit. But no, good for him.
He's going to be working with the wide receivers and the D-backs, from my understanding. So, yeah, good luck to him. Hopefully he enjoys it. So.
And there's another new coach there, too. Bigger guy.
Yeah, can't think of his name.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
We'll get Coach Howard on here one day. How's that?
Hopefully we can do that and give them.
Maybe we should do the show out there live someday. Right at the
well, right
center
on the
of
new
the field. Sure.
Yeah, right on the new field. But I see they moved the practice facility over to the discus area behind the field house.
That's their new practice area. They're not going to practice at the Lincoln
They're not
anymore.
practicing at the
Nope.
Lincoln. They're
Nope.
practicing out there.
And once the field's done, they'll be able to practice out on the turf. So, and again, it's going to be, they're still finishing up some of the track portions of the area for the shot put, and I think the long jump and a few other things. So,
Yeah.
once that's all done, man, she's going to be nice.
Well, they poured the cement for the shot put area, and it looks like, I don't know, I mean, they have to do some landscaping around there, I understand, but that looks ready to go. And supposedly the long jump and high jump and pole vault areas are set to be resined with the stuff.
Yep.
And so, hopefully it doesn't take too long. But again, like you said, you got to let it dry.
And weather.
Yeah.
The other big thing, just to mention too, if anybody's interested, the Early Childhood is having an open house next Tuesday. I think it's at 3:30, and you're welcome to go take a look at that new facility. And it's top of the line. It's going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hopefully they can find enough help, teachers,
Yeah.
to facilitate it. So.
Well, and also too, I mean, for people who don't know about that place, I guess the community ed now is in that building.
Yes.
And like we mentioned earlier before the show, the principal's office now is down Where the
community ed
AD's
used to
off,
be.
yeah, where community ed used to be, or in the AD's office. So if you're looking to go into the high school and to the office, you don't go up to the first floor anymore.
Yeah, well, door 12 is the only door that's open during the day, so.
Yeah, but now the assistant principal is supposed to be upstairs still.
Correct,
I
yep.
suppose, and the counselors will be in
Yep.
the same. So, and Franco's old room, I heard, is a conference room.
Yes.
They made it up there.
Yeah.
So.
And Miss Sikora is our new principal, and she's not one to be in the office a lot. If you know how she operates, she spends a lot of time out in the hallways, communicating with the kids and the teachers and stuff. So, not behind that closed door at the office anymore that you're always afraid to go to.
Yeah, I was familiar with that office probably a few times. No, just kidding. I don't think I ever had to go see Mr. Law, ever.
If you did, you would never come out.
No. And there's
Or at
one, because he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I got to send my condolences out to the Law family because their mother just passed away. I heard she had been, she wasn't in the best of health lately, so, but you have my deepest sympathies there. And then Virgil Anderson, I saw passed away.
Yep.
He was a big into horseshoes, and he was always helping out
Right.
at the games, taking tickets. So my sympathies go out to his family too. You lost two good people there. So
We're not getting any younger, Gary.
no, we're not, and it's going to be sad not seeing him at the games this
Yep.
year. So I know him and I think is it Richard Lampton,
I think so.
who are the two
Lampton,
guys
yep.
that take the tickets. If that's wrong, I apologize to him. But yeah, I mean, those guys are always great to see, and hopefully he'll still be there. But Verge will not. I hope maybe they'll give him a little bit of. Maybe they'll do something for him or have a pregame thing for him at some point. I know during the winter for sure.
Yeah.
But volleyball maybe. So.
Well, let's switch gears and we'll go a little bit into the professional side. Some good news. Twins won 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're what now? What are they? 7 or 8 games over 500?
Yeah. Thank you, Kansas City.
Yeah, that cures all your ills when the Royals come to town. Even though the Twins have had a habit of losing to those teams.
Well, people may complain, and we do complain about how many games the Twins have won and lost. But the Yankees have only won 2 games since the
know.
All-Star break. They
I
got
know.
it in, Ron.
Yeah, there you go. But but you're 30 games over 500.
Yeah,
Hitting
but
a little skid isn't all that bad, but when you're only 8 games over 500 and you hit a skid,
It hurts.
that's not a good thing. That's why you got to build that record up.
Yep.
And how many games that we all talked about all summer? How many games did they lose that they should have won?
Well, that division may be weak, compared to some of the other divisions in baseball, but at least it's competitive and making it interesting for the fans to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Guardian or a White Sox fan or a Twins fan, all three are right there now. So, and I don't know how many more games the Twins have against those teams, but
Well, they got plenty against Cleveland, and
Yeah.
they've got plenty against the White Sox. So
Yeah.
that's what it's going to come down to
Right.
is how they do in those games.
finally saw a little enthusiasm, I guess, is how you pay it from our Rocky Balboa the other day
Oh.
on that play at home plate, and I didn't know the guy could swear that much.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see him lose his temper very
Yeah.
often. But that was.
The one announcer kind of he goes, "Yeah, look at this guy. He looks so young. He's behind in the dugout, and he looks so young. And he comes out, and all of a sudden the hat came off. He goes, oh, he just aged about 20 years."
Yeah, I mean that was bull. I mean, you can sit there and say, yeah, that was a bogus. I mean, the umpire made the right call.
Yeah, he was safe.
Yeah. So what? No, he was out.
Oh, he was safe.
Oh, he was, huh?
Yeah.
No, he was out.
Oh, he was
out.
safe. He was safe. They called him out after they went back to New York.
No.
Yeah. I'm talking about one a couple of weeks ago when they accused him of blocking
Blocking the play. Yeah, no, he was called out, which was the right call.
Oh, I'm
Then
sorry. Yes. he
Then
was
they
called
went
out.
back to.
Yeah.
Then they went to New York and
Yeah, they called him safe.
just called him safe. And you could see that from the camera angle behind, you could see that Sanchez gave him most of the play
Oh, yeah.
behind there, and he actually slid into Sanchez
And by rule, he can do that if he's going for, or has the ball in his glove, which he did.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just another game, it was good to see Balboa get up and, I thought maybe he was gonna punch the ump or something.
Well, yeah, no, there was no reason to get mad at the umpire. It was all on
New York.
the replay guys in New York. And the thing I saw on Twitter was that the guy who actually made the final call was somebody who lives up in Canada.
Oh, great.
So
Hey,
if that's true, I mean, everything online is always true, I
oh,
mean,
yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we're ahead of ESPN in ratings right now.
So, but yeah, no, hopefully they can string some wins. They have the Rangers coming up. The Rangers are not great.
Just fired their GM, I think we mentioned.
Well, they fired their coach. I don't know if they fired their GM or not, but I don't keep up with Rangers baseball. So
Well, I
it's
think the
like,
comment was, we haven't won since 2016. Maybe it's time to make a change. So I thought it was the GM that,
oh, well, it could have been. They could have got rid of him too. But it's like, yeah, beat the Rangers. They have 4 games with them. Put a nice 8 to 10, 11 game winning streak together right now, and
I think if they could win 10 out of 13 at the home, which they have that 13-game home schedule right now, they should be sitting pretty good when it comes to playing Cleveland and Chicago and some of those.
but you have to hit the ball, and evidently Kepler's coming out of his funk.
He's batting 206.
Well, Buxton's still not hitting for average.
Well, he never plays. He's hurt all the time.
Correa-
Correa says he only going to do anything.
Oh, man.
Everybody's worried a couple weeks ago. Oh man, he's in a slump and this and that. And next thing you know, he's 4 for 5 and 3 for 4.
And isn't he like 20 to 25 points ahead of the
Yeah.
next the guy in at the batting? He's going to win the batting crown this year.
Let's hope so.
Unless he goes over 50.
Yeah, or
Probably
gets hurt.
just jinxed them, but so good for him. I mean, I always thought maybe when he first came up, I thought, yeah, this guy could possibly hit for a good average.
And that young third baseman they got,
Miranda.
he could be
Well, Urshela's at third now, but Miranda's
Miranda
probably the one you're talking about.
could be rookie of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a great year.
Yeah.
So which means that's it for
Too bad we don't have pitching.
that's it for Mr. Whiff. You think he's gone?
Is he even around anymore?
Well, he's on the 60-day.
Yeah, I heard his
IL.
toe or something.
Yeah, he just comes off of knee surgeries,
Yep.
spends 60 days on the IL. He comes back for 1 game, strikes out 3 times, and now he's got a bad knee again.
Yeah,
Is that fishy or?
that's fishy. That's like what is he? $6 million man?
Well, whatever he
Whatever
makes.
he gets
Yeah.
paid, sitting on the bench.
Well, he's probably not even on the bench. Who knows? I mean, he might not even be around the team right now. The Wolves, I guess, they're just waiting on the Wolves in the Wild. September.
How'd their summer league team do? Do you know?
I don't know.
I mean, every time you watch ESPN, it's the Lakers and Phoenix or some team you really don't care about. Oh, and then LeBron signed $94 million yesterday for 2 years.
Yeah.
What a
So
waste of money.
the Lakers get his baggage for another 2 years. So we'll see how good they are. But yeah, they have the Wolves schedule. From what I've been hearing, is the first 13 or so games are like kind of favorable to them. So
Good.
if they can get out to get
Halfway
out
decent
6,
start.
7, 8 games over 500, that's a way to start the
Yep.
season. Wild, I can't even remember what they've done.
I
to
think
be
the big
honest
story is
with you.
Kaprizov is back in town. So
Yeah,
the Russians didn't get him.
So yeah, that's a good thing. So we don't have to worry about that. Not that we would have to worry about
No.
it, but Vikings. Well, how
Oh, I
did
knew you were
think they
going to
looked?
bring them up.
Yeah, you knew it. How did you think they looked in their preseason game?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, nobody ever does, I don't think. But then none of their starters played, so you really can't.
Yeah, well, our quarterback is ranked the 15th best quarterback in the league, so he's middle of the road.
Yeah.
Our running back is ranked 6th in the league, which is all right. Our offensive line is ranked last,
Oh,
so
well, I think it's going to be better this year.
it should
I
be
don't-
better.
I don't think they can
It
be
should
as
be
bad.
interesting. I did watch a little bit of the preseason, I have to admit that, but it looks like they're going to try to open it up a little bit more and not rely so much on the run. And they've got their wide receivers, so take advantage of them. So I think if you look at them, they're going to be comparable to, even though they don't have the same personnel, but the Rams, and what the Rams ran for
Yeah.
offense.
Oh, yeah, no, and too bad you don't have any, you can't pull any strings to get O'Connell on the air here.
Oh, well, you never know.
Well, there you go. I give you a homework assignment.
We'll make one offer you can't refuse.
We want to class up this show a little
Yeah.
bit. You know, we got to. Micheletti does that for us.
Yes,
and,
yeah, when we can
boy,
get
if we
him.
got the Vikings head coach on here, that would be we'd be doing great. We might pass ESPN in the.
Well,
if
we
we're
might
not
have
ahead
to,
of them in the ratings.
Ron might have to, get the checkbook out and get maybe 30 season tickets or something like that.
Yeah, he's ready for that. He's ready for that.
Can HPAT afford that?
So now they've been scrimmaging the 49ers, and then
Yep.
play the 49ers on Saturday night. So, and what's his name? Cousins. Did
He's
he test
finally back.
positive for COVID again?
He's back now.
I know, but
Yeah,
that's your leader.
yeah.
No, he wasn't going to play in the game anyway,
No, he
so
wasn't.
it didn't matter. I mean, if you're going to get it, I
I'm
guess.
not gonna. You can't be mad at him for his own personal convictions.
No, you can't.
So,
But yeah, at least he got it this time. He got it in spring in training camp, and their training camp closes.
if it is COVID,
Well, that's what the story.
everything's
came out.
COVID. You
Well,
can break a leg and you got COVID.
COVID. So COVID breaks legs now too, or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do
Yeah.
come the 13th of September, when the Packers come to town. And,
Yeah, I saw Aaron Rodgers was blasting all his wide receivers, and they don't run their routes right, and they don't do this right. Somebody's going to take him in the locker room, and it's going to be Katie by the door.
well, somebody should just hit
Someone's
him
going to
hard.
pull that ponytail a little too hard.
Somebody should just hit him hard enough to knock him out for the season.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that
No,
on the air,
you,
did I?
no, he didn't.
But
Oh, now we got to retake again.
yeah, for 20. Yeah. So no, I hope nothing ever happens to him. But it'd be nice to see the Packers kind of go downhill once in a while.
Well, for all our fans back there, the two that are sitting here, and all those out there, we'd like to say thank you for joining us again. Coming back, we're back. And we're in HD.
You know, we'll have more high school sports to talk about.
Yep.
So-
We'll be, as usual, we'll be well prepared.
Yeah, like we always are.
Yep.
I'm Gary Gimbetti for Mike Egan. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk again next week.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.